That's right, it is finally here. It is finally time. The version 2 Deadpool. I had to go with the X-Force edition. I had to. I've been wanting a Deadpool figure for so long. There's this Deadpool non-articulated figure where he's in a like crouch stance, one blade behind his back and the other blade in front of him at the ready. I wanted that for years and could not find an authentic version of it. 3 days before I was going to purchase it, I finally found an authentic one. This dropped. So here it is. Here's the box art. Here's the front of it. I have the side panels flayed out. Let's take a look at the back. There you go. I've been wanting this for so long. Let's get into this. And here he is, the merc with the mouth, the dastardly merc. Don't get at me for the current pose. It's Deadpool. That's my explanation for the pose he's in currently. Taking him out of the box, my experience was this right here. This right here. This was in the back of the box. I thought it was a part of the box, but that is awesome that they made that an individual piece and I can do as I please with it. I like how it currently stands. That's awesome. You might have some difficulty with his legs. When you have these figures shipped out to you, they come with plastic between some of the parts. In this case, it was the mid-torso right here and his legs. You have to pop the legs out. You have to pop the torso off of the lower half of the figure and remove the plastic pieces. When you do this, keep in mind there's a Y in the I guess you could call it a Y intersection that branches from the lower torso to his legs. It's one piece. It's like a wishbone for plastic figures. You have to keep in mind that they're specifically keyed. 2 for his legs, 1 for his upper torso. I believe the upper torso ball hinge is larger than the legs. When you pop his head off and swap for different heads, there's a collar piece. It's not uncommon for figures like this. Actually, I believe Arkham Knight had that as well, but he only came with one head, and that'll be serving as a comparison a little bit later here. Let's see, we have it here. So the collar piece here is just under the head, and you have to replace that for every head. So no matter which head you pop on, this collar piece needs to be there. And be sure that you take note that the indent of the collar portion at the bottom there needs to be at the bottom. There's also a tool that comes with the focus right here. Hear me when I say this. You will need to have some heat source to heat up his hand or the pegs for his hands. If you choose to purchase this figure, do not be afraid or shocked if you pull off one of his hands and the peg that connects the wrist to the hand. If you go the route of choosing to purchase this figure, do not be shocked or afraid if you remove his hands and the peg that connects the hands to the wrist have separated into 2 pieces with a loop on each piece. That can be reconnected. It's not broken. Pop that back in and twist when you go to remove the hands. Twist and pull is key. When you do put the hands back on, 2 things. 1, make sure you heat the pegs up, either the pegs or the hands, whichever serves you better. Personally, I heat up the hand, the insert inside of the hands. On this guy, he has bracelets on the wrist. He's not wearing bracelets, but he is. We can take a look at that right now. Let's grab this guy. So when you remove either of his hands, there is a little bracelet wrist guard piece there that you want to be mindful of not losing. You get the sheath for his swords. They have nice cutouts so that it's practical if he were to draw the swords from the sheaths, and there's slots for the swords to pass through to make it easier to get a full length draw out. The size here do fit inside of the sword sheaths if you don't want the swords. There are no separate sheaths for those. I do like the sheaths that come with, where are they? Oh no, I did not include them. Oh, they're on him. He comes with daggers two daggers. They have their own sheaths. They have a nice tactile 2-point. When I put the knife in, I press down, I feel one click, and when it goes all the way, another click. On him, I have the other one underneath his arm there. The gun holsters are only functional for one set of the guns. So one set of guns he's meant to have drawn, never holstered, and then the others here have holes in them. Focus. So you can see that hole in the gun, that's so that it stays inside of the holster. So you can't actively pull the gun, those guns specifically, not these, but these ones here, you can't actively pull them out and tuck them back into the sheath or holsters. When you do put those guns with the holsters on him, the pegs in the holsters are long enough to go through the gun, and then you put them into him. So this guy does come with 6 pairs of eyes. Swapping out his eyes are a feature between every head. Each head has removable eyes. Now, how do you do this? So it comes with this nub tool, kind of like a SIM card tool. Inside of his head, you'll see 2 nubs there, the black nubs. You use the angular portion of the tool to press against those nubs. And the way I have him configured here, he's giving off a little bit of a goofy look, flexing muscles. You know, something I could see him doing right before a fight, making quips against, I don't know, like the Hulk. He's insulting the Hulk right before he gets smacked out of him. Hands. This man has hands. Hands. More hands. Take a break. Fingers. More hands. Open palms. Slap you. So he has the punch fist / jerk off fist, the point finger fist. This one doubles as what you see in the advertising, where he has the heart eyes and a finger on his chin as if naughty. Thumbs up doubles as a thumb down. I have them flipped over so you can see the texture difference and the side difference. Same thing with the open palms. I'm going to do some interesting things with these. I'm going to turn him into a DBZ character. Then he has the side hands. Get 2 of those. You see both sides. Fingers for guns. And then he has the hands for the guns that also double as him holding the dynamite, I believe. Yes, the daggers, the size, swords, all that. Now, when we go to pop his head off, I just popped his neck out of it. Okay. Okay, I had to do that off screen. But popping his head off of the top of his neck, you can see this little collar in there come out. So this is what you have to be sure that you include with every head replacement. And I'm not going to refit that right now. Let's just pop that additional hey. And that's what you get. Since I popped his neck out from his main body, we have a look at his thick neck as well. In addition to these accessories and main features, he comes included with a basic clear base / stand. I almost forgot. I forgot I had him holding it. He also comes with a phone. The phone is not attached to his hand. It is removable. If I can, oh, okay, that was simple enough. There we go. And just for kicks, you can see how he would not know where he would be without his accessories. With his head and neck missing. That's what he looks like internally. Alright, what type of articulation does this guy... Oh, what? What? Let's check the articulation here. Before we get the joints, look, I'm going to go after some peculiar parts here. So, his gadgetry bags can open up like crab claws. This is useful for what I found it useful for. If his legs pop out, you get leverage without worrying about breaking this off by just moving them out of the way. Same thing for if his torso pops out of place, or if you have to. Like I said, he comes with protective plastic sheets in between lower torso and legs here. So you're gonna have to pop those. You can pull them out, but you'll leave plastic debris in there. So it's best to just pop off his legs with his torso and remove the sheets. Moving these out of the way will make popping everything on less worrisome. Okay, nope. He has some new things that I've not seen on my figures yet. So he has this Michael Phelps shoulder blade pivot at the mid torso area. It's useful. His arms can spin 360 degrees. He has bicep pivot. He has double jointed elbows. Get a nice bend there. His wrists, although some wrists will articulate better, or I'm sorry, some hands will articulate at the wrist better than others. Up and down this way, side to side that way, 360 rotation. He does have double jointed shoulders, forgot to mention. The saddlebags can rotate in addition to opening. He has upper thigh pivot that's separate from moving up. See it, easy pop, and we're good. What I just did is the more helpful method of positioning his legs, is to grip as close to the ball joint as you can and move the leg there and kind of press in at the same time that you're moving it. That's very helpful. I have less pop out that way. Of course, you have the knee bend, obvious. Now, interesting, he has, I do not know which, mid calf pivot rotation. Hey, you call that what you will. That it's Deadpool. You know, he gets cut up in marvelous ways. So, you know, I don't put anything past him. I just let the dude be as is. That's strange. His ankles have good range of motion, I would say. You don't get ballerina style angularity, and you get toe articulation. Down, they can rotate all the way around. His waist rockability is very I mean, erase what I just said. It's not very limited. It's what you need, right? It's there. It's good. It's upper torso. Oh, and he can spin all the way around because it is demon rotation. Upper torso gets a nice hunch. Look at that. Look at that hunch. Backwards though. It's a regular stance. You don't get any back bending. You don't get any Bella Cullen right before baby birth back bending. You don't get that. The neck is that if you were a mutant, that would be, well, he's an experiment. That neck itself is impressive. Just the neck. Don't mind the range you get. Just let me stop. You can tuck his head in to where it's, you know, the posh expression, you know, where you make your chin touch your neck. You know, you can look up quite a ways. That's almost a flight pose when you, if you don't mind his feet, just that right there, that's a flight pose right there. Head rotation to the side is what I need. Yeah. What I need. The collar that I spoke about earlier, it's there so that you don't have a gap at the back of the neck. And going back to the side body shoulder pivoting, it's really nice when you want to get a great range of emphasis. You can throw this shoulder forward and have them do a fist to chest, or it's like, I got this, and then send this one all the way back. I don't know how to explain it, but I find it very useful. Add more emphasis to the character. I like that Kaiyodo did that. On the back of him here, he has 6 mounting holes. The one that is mid-back and the one that is the top one on the satchel, those will be for thing that his sword sheaths attached to, which these come apart. So you have those 2 pieces. Focus. The other 2 holes will be for the stand when you want to position him. The dagger sheaths also affix to those holes. The guns I didn't test those. I'm not going to use guns on him. I prefer him to be a swordsman. So I know he's a gun toting. I know. It's my preference. But he does not have holes on the bottom of his feet for feet peg standing. Let's get into posing. So we're going to take the latest and greatest that I consider to be from my current collection. We're going to take Arkham Knight and try to mimic this stance. So send him to the background. Do not knock down my memorabilia. So let's see if we can pull that off. Again, he has these... I was about to say, again, he has these sensitive legs. Okay, I think we're good. To be honest, I'm not sure. Alright, I think I've got it. It's the first time I'm standing on this surface. Okay, I got it. I got it. Yeah. It's very close. It's not exactly 1-to-1. The weight distribution between the two, the tolerance there, the tolerances on that. Again, I will say the mid waist, side, shoulder, pivot slabs there, whatever, very helpful in this pose. That is a very tight stance. That is a stance with not a lot of surface area support. You see, Arkham Knight is not resting on anything. It seems like I'm making a big deal out of it. I love this pose, okay? That looks sick. I'm sorry, this isn't an Arkham Knight review, but that pose is sick though. But we can get him out of here now. We mimicked him successfully. Bring the man of the hour back in. What else can you do with this guy? Oh, you can continuously pop out his leg. And yo, so now that he fully came apart, this is the Y section I was talking about. That is specifically keyed, and you want to make sure that the bend of it in the center, if you get this, you know what I'm talking. This happens to you, you know what I'm talking about. The bend of it needs to be facing forward. Okay, all right, no biggie. Give me a minute. All right, that's him back together now. Obviously, this is not a problem every unit's gonna have. Might be a wide selection of units, but because of that, I don't really want to pose them a lot. It's a simple fix. All it takes is 1 or 2 thin layers of super glue on each of the ball points of the Y joint, and it should fix it. But that's Deadpool 2.0, and it is time to move on to the size comparisons. As we see, we have the man of the hour standing before his accessories and features next to Arkham Knight, both from Kaiyodo. Beautiful figure, Arkham Knight. That is my preferred configuration out of the many configurations you can do with him. He had a lot of parts that come with him. Parts, not necessarily accessories such as these, but little accents here and there. Now we're going to take this guy out, throw in a Psycho Ranger. Also, here's the thing, I don't find figure-to-figure comparisons for size accurate, so for the sake of appeasing my OCD, I'm going to throw in something that everyone knows the size of for the most part. AA battery, off-brand, gotta love it. Next, another somewhat popular item, Xbox controller. Fair, right? I was gonna throw in a quarter, but 2 things. One, not something I typically come by in these days, and second, hard to stand up, so you get these items. Taking these out of the picture, I am now going to pair him up with Shriek, a Batman Beyond favorite. Classic show. Oh, now that is a tall guy. Notice, he's not even standing straight up. Yeah, sure, they both have a wide stance going on, but Shriek's is beyond shoulder width. That is a tall figure. They're right next to each other, side by side, perfectly lined up. That's a huge bitch! Yes, it is my friend from Deuce Bigalow, who we never saw the face of. Yes, it is. I'll hit one last iconic pose for you. He can do the 3-point superhero landing pose. It's a little touch and go. The backside is not, it's wide open. I'll just say that the backside is wide open, but from the front, I don't have any complaints. The range of that neck helps a lot. The range, pause. It looks good. It looks good. For the most part. It can be better. That was a rush pose, but it's nice. Again, the shifting of the shoulders helps a lot achieving this, but nevertheless, a good iteration from Kaiyodo. I love it. I've been waiting for this for so long. I give it a 5.7 out of 7 stars. By itself, just the figure, because it comes with so many accessories and you can achieve so much with this, so many different variations. Full-blown 7 with the accessory. That is a full-blown 7. This included I count this as an accessory. I love that that's standalone, detachable from the box. It's not a love it. Before you go, don't forget, do the thing, and the thing. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy yours if you choose to get it, and be well. But nevertheless, a good iteration. What the fuck? Shit.